as us and the chairmans. I'm really looking forward to it. And I think I heard you talking about weather on the program earlier, and grounds, and obviously rugby and football finishes seasons on time as well.
I think we had a similar conversation last year, actually, where it was a really wet lead up to the season. We were commending the different groundsmen. Gordon, the groundsmen, they do a fantastic job. They've really got a task on their hands this time, though.
The county do a terrific job. And especially under the extreme weather we've been having lately, they'll still be working hard on their. I'm not sure about cutting the outfield, Martin, but they'll make sure that their wicket will be ready when the season begins. We've got the Harrison Allen first, I believe, Martin. Are you looking forward to that?
The Harrison
Allen from last year.
First bank holiday weekend. It'll be a bit of a unique season, really, with two. Let's hope the first weekend is fine, because I don't think anybody wants it dragging on like it did a little bit last season. And, lo and behold, we had a glorious summer, not a game missed for majority of clubs. And lo and behold, we were thwarted at the end with the weather for the Premier Cup fixture then. But I'm sure it'll be a tremendous day. And both Neyland and Narberth are looking forward to it. And I'm sure we'll get the crowds.
Congratulations on your appointment, Martin. It's thoroughly deserved in various roles. Are you looking forward to going round the clubs when the weather is decent and meeting?
One of the things I want to resurrect is to get round all the clubs, and I'm hoping to get round all the clubs if weather's permitting and everything in the season. I'll need to do a little bit of planning and invite, and I'm really looking forward to that, if I'm honest, as well.
Yeah, great.
Fraser, you were at the AGM last week. What are some of the highlights for this that are less informed?
Yeah, we know Martin's only been in the job a week, but we get straight into it. We're not going to let him off the hook, so we'll tackle him a bit now. But, firstly, Bart, I understand the introduction of pink balls coming into cricket in Pembrokeshire now. I know that's something that's been on the cards for a long time. I would say if I do have a slight concern, is that for this first year, they'll only be used in the top two divisions, whilst the lower leagues will use red balls. Where I say that's a concern is almost, we've talked a lot about in Pembrokeshire about youngsters in particular not necessarily wanting the long days and things like that, and now you've got the bottom two divisions, of course, at 35 overs. Do you have a concern now that there's too big a gap almost in terms of the overs played and now the balls used between the top and bottom divisions that might deter people from playing up higher?
Not really, Fraser. I think the top two divisions, as you say, are going to use the pink balls, and a lot of clubs will have some spare balls, and the county does have some spare red balls to use. I'm sure they will be used up quite quickly, and at the end of the season, everybody, I hope, should be using the pink balls.
Right.
I think it's all down to the new coloured kit that's coming in, and whilst there was a bit of a trickle of clubs doing it to start, I think that is going to kick on. I hope there's not going to be any confusion with the balls, and my understanding is that from the AGM, the junior leagues have got some contingencies in place there. Stephen's going to talk in the various chat groups about that, and I'm sure it'll be on the agenda for the county to discuss this more as the season goes on, and if any issues are brought up by clubs. But hopefully everything can be worked out quite amicably on that front then.
You
Yeah.
welcome junior. You
Go on.
mentioned junior. Sorry, Gordon. You mentioned junior cricket there. I think we're in a lot healthier place than we actually were a few years ago
Yeah.
in junior cricket. You
Definitely.
did great work
Tremendous.
yourself, of course.
Yeah,
Stefan Jenkins taking that on.
Yeah, I think I did it for either 13 or 15 years on my own, and it was getting too much, to be honest. And it's great that, as you say, Stefan, Simon, and Phil have taken it on. They've almost got an age group each, which they can devote the time to it. They've brought in some great initiatives into the season now with various different softball age groups. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the young ladies teams go. I'm sure Sam would have alluded to that, because I'm sure that will help our ladies league going forward. And it's great that that's taking place in the county, something I could never, perhaps the interest wasn't there then, and to be honest, I probably didn't have the time either. But that's a tremendous opportunity for the young girls to play and enjoy the game. And junior cricket is taken off with the under-9 festivals as well. It's
100%.
It can only be good for the senior men's game and the ladies as well going forward.
Yeah. Martin, going back to, not everybody's a cricket connoisseur. I probably aren't, to be honest with you. I'll put my hand up. What is the main reason for having a pink ball and not continuing with the red ball? It's just an obvious question to me. Could you answer that for us, please?
Yeah, well, that all goes back to the coloured clothing, Gordon.
Yeah.
Teams are now moving out from the white kit over to the coloured kit with a lot of red in the kit, and obviously the red ball is harder to pick up than
I understand
with the background of the coloured clothing. So the pink ball should stand up. I understand it should be the same quality. We have tested it in a couple of county games and some cup competitions, so it has undergone the test of the longer format, and it seems to have held up well. That's the feedback I'm getting anyway.
Excellent.
I will say we did our first net session yesterday. We got a few practice pink balls. I wasn't able to hit it, but I could see it a lot better when it was going. I could see it a lot better when it was going past my bat. So I will say I didn't actually think of this in terms of vision. And when you do have dark days in Pembrokeshire, it will help on that front. Swings a bit too much for my liking. No, that's the problem. But like I said,
I'm sure that'll die out down after the first couple of overs. Yeah.
And Mart, I know you've been involved in Pembrokeshire cricket such a long time, player and so many various roles. It's such a great notion in our county, not just for the games, of course, the friendships that are built and the social side of it as well. Do you think we're still going strong with that? I believe we are. I know that times maybe aren't the same as they used to be economically, financially, socially. A lot has changed. But it's still a game where you've got old comrades. It's a game, for all ages almost still. Got
100%.
people young and old. And we still at the moment, we once had 7 divisions, like I said, different times. And we've still got 5 pretty competitive divisions. Do you think we're in a good state? And are you confident over the future of Pembrokeshire cricket? I'm not talking about the next 2-3 years now. I'm talking the next 20 or 30.
Yeah, I think we're 6 divisions now.
6, yeah.
Yeah, 25 clubs.
Yeah.
And I don't know the number of teams, top of my head, to be honest. The majority of clubs have got 2 teams.
Yeah.
The majority have. A lot have got 3 and 4 now.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, is such a tremendous achievement for the areas we're in. And I'm just thinking of, and I've used this sort of analogy before, that if you look at the Hook, Langham, Johnson, Burton, Neyland little triangle there's 5 clubs. Yeah. There's 10 teams there,
exactly.
And with
don't
3...
forget Haverfordwest, Mark.
Yeah, well, that's further down the road, that is, God. to be fair. And then there's 3 primary schools there. So how do we sustain that? And across the water, you've got, I can't remember those teams, to be honest, Cairo, Caserri, and Loreni, with 2 primary schools. I think there's 11 teams there. Admittedly, they got the Tenby conurbation to get players from, but that cricket is hitting above its weight in just those 2 areas, and in every area as well where clubs are fielding 2 sides. Take Llanrhian, Fraser, you've got St David's perhaps added in there, but 2 teams, a very thriving ladies team as well.
Yeah.
Cricket is hitting above its weight, I think, in Pembrokeshire with regard to sports. It's and I think I like the fact that teams do enter these Welsh Cups and Village Cups, be it senior or junior teams and ladies. And I think it's important that we do that and put Pembrokeshire on the map, because sometimes, without being too political, we are the forgotten county.
I was talking about cricket in the divisions, Mark. I was a little bit concerned, not so much now, but a few years they were out there trudging for 45 overs in every division. But now that you've cut it, for kids coming into the game, not everybody can play at the highest level, obviously, but you want to get as many people playing cricket as you possibly can. And I think reducing the overs in the lower divisions is a very, very good thing to do. You don't want to get kids bored just standing in the field doing nothing. You've got to get them involved. So I applaud you for doing that as a county to get the kids going, because you'll always have the talent coming through, but those who want to be involved playing with their dad or whatever can play. How do you see it?
I couldn't agree more, Gordon, to be honest. I think there's a place
for everyone,
the 45 over game in Division 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I believe 40 overs for Division 3 is just about right. There's a lot of first teams in Division 3, and below that, I think we can reduce the overs. I know our 3rd team quite often play through instead of taking tea and other teas after the game. So people can get away early if necessary, and the start time, could we push that forward a bit? There's an argument for work and things like that and travel, which I can fully understand. But finishing early on an evening now is important for everybody, families. The youngsters want to go out, and
what I'm saying is, I'm glad that the County Cricket Club and the Executive Committee have taken it on board and done something about it. I applaud you for that.
Yeah, thank you for that, Gordon. I'll pass that on.
Yeah,
Matt, I will say, I know Gordon was joked about it earlier, but it was a serious point Gordon makes there, that there was a couple of, I think it was 2 years ago, maybe even last season, where we did miss the first 2 weekends of the season. 2 years ago it was.
We did.
And we had a delayed start, and I think we made up the games on maybe bank holiday Mondays. Now, it is pretty saturated out there at the moment, as we all know. I don't think our groundsman has found our pitch yet. But if we don't, but if we do get this inclement weather continuing through March and April, is that something the county will consider again?
Continuing through March and April, you said, is it?
No, if this rain continues through March and April and grounds are in perhaps the same position as they were 2 years ago, is that something that you would consider again, delaying the start of the season?
I think undoubtedly, and I think Steve alluded to this at the AGM, that I guess it'll probably be in our March meeting, that'll have to be on the agenda, where we did write out the clubs. I can't quite remember what options we give them, if I was honest, Fraser, but there were a few options of playing on the Sundays or the bank holidays. And then the officers looked at all the answers and decided on the way forward there. And I think we got to do that, and preparation is part of planning in it. And funny you said that about the ground. with our football off in Neyland, and I thought our second team was off as well. We went for a little walk around the St Ishmael's coast on Saturday down Linsway Bay, and on the way back, we're driving out to the club in St Ishmael's, and I could see Stuart Carpenter wading through the square in his Wellington boots. Yeah, it was saturated, you're right.
Of course, so that would be a different dynamic this year, because then you could potentially be looking at the Harris and Allen finals, the curtain raiser in the opening game.
Yes, yeah. Well, to be fair to the Neyland and pitch, to credit to the
Cole will sort that out in Cresselly and his merry men.
Richard Arthur,
yes. It's probably immaculate there now, to be honest.
Yeah, I can imagine, mate.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Newton's away, but you're the man in the know. What are your predictions for the upcoming season?
In what respect? The cup?
Oh, you were going to go Division 1 next.
And both bowls.
You can't embarrass me about the first Harris and Allen final. I don't like my answer there, but Division 1, from
Good size.
Carew recruited well. Last year, and I would imagine must be the team to beat this year. I'm sure I might be shot down for that, but
no, I agree.
Get off while you can, Mark. Quick.
we need some of the North clubs to come up now and put it for the county.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they will. We're in a good couple of weeks of preparation on those grounds before we take that opening game, which is going to be great. Looking forward to the Morris Listers. Thank you so much for your time this evening, Martin.
Thank you all.
No, you're welcome. In Cooper, Ras Dewi Sant, and also a bit of controversy around a cycle route, Fraser.
Well, Martin might actually want to come in on this, because July the 26th, I believe, long course weekend. I think the bike races will be on the Saturday, over 100 miles, 50 miles, and so on. And they've announced they won't be closing the round. So I imagine Martin out there with a lollipop and his yellow jacket might have to man some roads if cricket games.
Tease, Fraser, there will be trouble.
Martin, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We're going to take a moment. We'll be back.
Eaton Evans and Morris Solicitor.